Bonjour, bonjour à tous. J'espère que vous allez bien. Moi, je vais très bien. Je suis en pleine forme. Bien, so today we have two guests, okay, one lady and one gentleman from two different countries, and they are going to introduce themselves. So I'm going to call Kalea. Kalea.
Bonjour, bonjour tout le monde. Je m'appelle Kalea Roman. J'ai 17 ans. Mon école s'appelle St. Andrew High School for Girls. Je suis de la Jamaïque. J'adore chanter et je joue.
Oh. D'accord, très bien, très bien. OK. Maintenant, nous allons demander à Samuel. Samuel.
Bonjour à tous, je m'appelle Ishmael Samuel, j'ai 17 ans, je viens de la Dominique et j'adore nager.
Comment s'appelle ton école?
Mon école s'appelle Afro-Western SDA Academy.
OK, d'accord. Bien, merci beaucoup. Just to tell the viewers why we can't see you, Samuel is having difficulties with this camera. So we're not going to see him, but you know him already if you've been a regular, because he was there in the very first one, you know, the one we had with the students, okay? So, what are we going to do today? As you know, your exam for paper 2 is coming pretty fast, all right? So, we have to ensure that you are up to speed and you can actually ace that paper, okay? I remind you that there's 4 activities in that paper. First of all, you will have some situations. Then you will have reading comprehension. Then you will have a letter. And we'll finish off with the contextual dialogue, okay? Today, we are going to do situations. I have chosen situations because it's 30 points and it's the part which is the easiest, I think. It's easier to get the points with the situations than, say, the contextual dialogue, for example. So that's the reason why I'm coming up again today. I'm coming back again today with 10 situations we're going to work on. Now, we had situations last week. A video on situations was released on Thursday, and we're going to have 10 more situations. I think you will have enough situations, okay? So just go through that and practice. Then we will move on to the letter. You remember that last week, I just talked about the format of the letter, really. Now we're going to go deeper into the letter. I'm going to show you what you can actually write, and you're going to practice as well and tell us what you're going to write based on what I'm going to show you. The letter which we will be working on is based on the topic that CSEC or CXC has given us. Okay, so it's supposed to be a letter on a trip. Okay, so today is going to be trip, and our trip will be to Paris. Okay, so we're going to work on that. After that, I will give you little examples, and I will also share a letter that I wrote, okay, to give you ideas as to what you can put. What I have written in that letter is not what you must write. It's not that at all. It's just to give you ideas, okay? And then we will finish off with two letters. Kalea and Samuels have written their letter. So we're going to look at them and see where there's mistakes, if any. And after that, you'll have a better idea as to how to write a letter in French. So if we have no questions in the chat, okay, I'm trying to look at the chat. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't say bonjour à tous as I usually do. So I'm going to do that now. Okay. You beat me to it, Samuel. Okay. Maybe, Kalea, you want to write your bonjour à tous as well?
D'accord.
Okay. Okay, so basically what we are going to do is the 10 situations, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen, show you the situations. Those who are here with us are going to, first of all, Kalea and Samuel are going to give their personal answers, and then we will look at the chat to see if you have something you want to share, and it will be put on the screen, okay? Des questions? Any questions before I share my screen? No? Okay. All right, so let's start. So I'm going to share my screen. Since I don't know who is here or who was there, so basically I have to really review this. Okay, so I'm going to read it. It's the instructions for the situations, okay? So it says, and I've taken it as it is from CXC. Write in French the information required for each of the situations given below. Do not write more than one sentence for each situation. So remember, one sentence. So if you have two parts, just put a comma or an and or something like that, but do not put a full stop. I remind you that a sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. All right, so no full stop. If you have two parts, okay, make sure that the full stop goes right at the end. For some situations, a complete sentence may not be necessary. We saw that last time. It may not be necessary because if you have a situation like, I don't know, you have to wish a happy birthday, we don't necessarily have to say, I wish you a happy birthday. You can just say to somebody, happy birthday, okay? Do not translate the situations given. Remember, it's not a translation exercise. And I remind you that translation is not something you're supposed to do because your English, your level of English is much higher than your level of French. So you can't really translate because there will be a discrepancy between the two levels. So you won't be able to translate, okay? And do not use abbreviation. The example I gave you last week was if you had to write Madame, you know that is capital M, little m, and an E. but you can't write that. You have to write the full word. And I remind you as well, since we're talking about this, that in terms of numbers, you have to write your numbers in full. Okay? Ça va? And if you are not following those instructions, of course, you will be penalized. Okay, I remind you that it's 10 situations and it's 3 points per situation. So this is the first situation. You want to borrow your friend's computer for your online exam. What do you write to him or to her in your email? All right. Okay. All right, so I have to stop sharing because I do not have 2 screens. So I have to stop sharing to see what we have. So Kalea, what is your version? Okay, just write it. It is a reasonable size, so just write it, please. Oh, Samuel, you were asking, can you type it? Of course you can type it. Okay. That's the whole point of you being here, okay? Even if we can't see you, we can read what you're writing, okay? Have you written it, Kalea?
Yes, I did. I sent it.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
It's in the private chat.
I can't type
Oh,
it.
you shouldn't be in the private chat. Okay, you have to do it again. Okay.
And so that's why I typed it there.
Okay, so you can't be in the private chat, otherwise the viewers won't be able to see what you've written. Okay, whilst you're with this, I'm going to read what Samuel put. Puis-je emprunter votre ordinateur pour mes examens, s'il vous plaît? Okay. What do you think, Kalea, about what Samuel put? Puis-je emprunter votre ordinateur pour mes examens, s'il vous plaît?
I think it's okay.
Okay, let's look at I'm going to read this again. It says you want to borrow your friend's computer for your online exam. Okay, when we talk about friends, we're not talking about vous anymore. Okay, it's always going to be tu. Okay, so you would have been penalized for that, Samuel. Okay, so you can't put puis-je emprunter votre ordinateur. So I'm going to ask you to re-put it. Okay, Nia, peux-tu utiliser Nia is not quite right. It's not quite right. Because you're saying, can you use your computer, but you want to borrow a computer. So you can say, can I use? Yes, you can do that. But not can you use. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't have can you use. You have to say, can I use? Because you're the one doing the writing. Okay, Kalea, I don't see your version. Is it there?
I was saying that I'm not seeing the option to type in the comment section. So I'm not sure what to do.
It's where it says comment. You have it right at the top.
Yes, but I'm not seeing the part to type in it.
Oh, that's weird. You sure that you clicked on it first?
I did.
Yes, it's not working. Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm going to try something else.
I'm at a distance. I can't really help you. Bonjour Roger, you're back Roger, très bien. Okay, Nia, bonjour ami, hello friend. You can't say that in French. Why not give your ami a name? Bonjour Paul, bonjour Marie, something like that. Okay, so you can do that. So Samuel, I'm still waiting. Okay, so it looks like you have a problem with, can I borrow? Okay, Kalea, just tell me what you had in mind and I'm going to type it for you.
Hold on, I'm sending it. Are you seeing it? My name right here is Leah Roman.
Okay. Oh, yes, it's just coming, just arrived. There's a little delay, okay.
Yeah.
Puis-je utiliser ton ordinateur pour mon examen? That is perfect, okay. Puis-je utiliser ton ordinateur pour mon examen? Okay. Can I, puis-je, or, est-ce que je peux? So you can put puis-je, which for me is easier because it's just two words. Puis-je or est-ce que je peux? Okay. All right. So puis-je or est-ce que je peux? All right. Samuel, you haven't corrected everything because you corrected the ton, but then you put s'il vous plaît. If you put s'il vous plaît, you're going to be penalized for the vous. Yes, okay, so Malcolm put puis-je utiliser ton ordinateur? Okay. Malcolm, it's good, but it doesn't say that is for the exam though. Okay, it would have been nice to put the exam. Okay, Roger, I saw the end pour mon examen en ligne. Oh, okay. Tu peux me prêter ton ordinateur en ligne pour mon examen, s'il te plaît? Okay, I haven't seen that one. Okay. This is Roger. Tu peux me prêter ton ordinateur en ligne pour mon examen, s'il te plaît? It's mon examen en ligne. Hein? He actually corrected himself. Okay, I'm going to put it there pour mon examen en ligne. Okay. All right. Puis-je emprunter ton ordinateur pour mes examens en ligne? Okay, so we have Samuel who corrected himself. Okay, puis-je emprunter? So I remind you that emprunter means to borrow. Okay, so it's always easier if you know the word already than having to find something else. Okay, so puis-je emprunter ton ordinateur? And the rest you know, pour mes examens en ligne, s'il te plaît. Okay, I have noticed, Kalea, you didn't put the s'il te plaît. You don't say please to your friends.
Oh, there.
Okay. Well, I just noticed that, but okay, I'm seeing Brown. Je voudrais emprunter ton ordinateur pour mes examens, s'il te plaît. Ok, très bien. Je voudrais emprunter ton ordinateur pour mes examens, s'il te plaît. Ok. That is fine. Okay. Bien. Let's move to the second one. Second. I'm going to share the second situation. Can you see it? All right. Your French pen pal has sent you an email to get some advice about his English. What is your response to him or to her? Right. So, who is writing? Samuel this time? Or merci pour ton conseil. Je vais y réfléchir. Ah, this is not quite right, Samuel, because you here it's to express gratitude. Okay. And that's not what it was about. It says, let me read it again. Your French pen pal has sent you an email to get some advice about his English. What is your response to your pen pal? You need to give an advice, a piece of advice about his English. What would you say? Okay, Malcolm said, il faut parler français tous les jours. About his English, Malcolm, not about his French. You have a French pen pal and he wants to practice his English, Malcolm. So, il faut parler not français, but tous les jours, okay. But in terms of what you're saying, il faut parler anglais tous les jours, okay. If you can write that again, then I can display it. Okay, Roger, écoute, ton anglais est bon. Ton anglais est bon. So what is the advice, Roger? What is the advice? Kelissa Medina, bonjour. C'est d'accord, mais pratique un peu plus. C'est d'accord. I'm not too sure about c'est d'accord, what it means here. But I like, mais pratique un peu plus. I like that part. I'm not sure about c'est d'accord, okay? Il faut parler anglais tous les jours, Malcolm says, okay. Roger is doing some advertising. Il faut utiliser Duolingo. Okay. Kalea, have you written something?
Oui, I did.
Oh, okay. It's taking longer today. Okay. Nia, je pense que c'est bien, mais tu devrais la pratiquer plus. I'm not sure, Nia, what you mean by tu devrais la pratique plus. I'm not sure. La pratique is practice, but as a noun. Do you mean pratiquer plus? Ok, Kalea said c'est bon, mais tu peux pratiquer plus. Ok. Yes, I'll go for that. C'est bon. Et tu peux pratiquer plus. Ok. What is your version, Samuel? Mon conseil est de pratiquer car la pratique rend parfait. Ok. Ok. Brown, ton anglais est bon, mais tu peux écouter la musique et regarder des films en anglais. I like this one. Ton anglais est bon, mais tu peux écouter de la musique, Brown. Don't forget your de la musique et regarder des films en anglais. OK? Okay, one thing I've noticed, you never used, well, you didn't use to advise, okay? You could say something like, je te conseille de pratiquer plus et d'écouter la radio anglaise. I don't know, something like that. Okay, so this is a possibility. Bonjour Joshua. Ok, donc je te conseille de pratiquer plus et d'écouter la radio anglaise. Ok, bien. Je te conseille de plus verb plus infinitive. Ok, you need to remember that. It helps you. Whatever you have put earlier, it's fine as well. So, but if you want to use, I advise you to do something. This is the form. Ok. Bien, Samuel put, il suffit d'aller dans un pays anglais et de regarder des vidéos en anglais. OK. Let me read the thing again, what it says. Okay, all right, so it works. I thought it was about an exam, so I'm going to show that. Il suffit d'aller dans un pays anglais et de regarder des vidéos en anglais. OK? Joshua, moi, je vais bien. Si la question m'est adressée, je vais bien, merci. Bien, alors, s'il n'y a pas de questions, je continue avec la situation numéro 3. Coming. Your French pen pal is very nervous about his or her English exam. What note of encouragement do you write to him or to her? Okay. Okay. Bien, I'm going to stop sharing to see what we have in the chat. Okay. Rester calme, tu seras super. Malcolm, I don't understand the ER. Calm here is English. And tu seras super. I don't think it goes there with the context. OK, Malcolm? Samuel, tu peux le faire, je crois en toi, respire et tout ira bien. OK, I love that. OK. Très bien, Samuel. Joshua, ne t'inquiète pas, tu vas réussir. Il faut étudier et pratiquer. Et pratiquer dur. I'm not sure if you can say pratiquer dur. You can travailler dur, but pratiquer dur, I'm not sure. Il faut étudier et beaucoup pratiquer. Beaucoup pratiquer. OK. That, yes. Beaucoup pratiquer. But pratiquer dur, it works. Dur works more with travailler. Travailler dur, yes. Kélissa, Medina, bonjour. Tu feras le bien. Bonne chance. Kélissa, tu feras le bien. It means you will do good, meaning you're not going to do bad actions. Okay? And that's not what you meant, I'm sure. Okay? So that works in French, but not with what you were trying to say. OK? Tu feras bien. Tu feras bien. I think it's just the transition of you will do well. OK? Ne t'inquiète pas. OK? Don't worry. Ne t'inquiète pas. Et yes, Malcolm, ne t'inquiète pas. Et what? Il faut étudier. OK. OK, so ne t'inquiète pas et il faut étudier. OK. Okay, so you can say something like ne t'inquiète pas, as Malcolm put. Ne t'inquiète pas, tout ira bien. Everything will be well. And I've been noticed I put a comma after the pas. Okay. So guys, don't forget, you need to make sure that you have a pen and paper and write all this down because you never know, this could come up. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Bien. So I write again, tout ira bien, for those who are not sure about the future. Okay. Tout ira bien, everything will go well. Okay. Bien. Situation numéro 3. 4, pardon. Yes, 4. Let me check that I've got the 4. Okay, this one is not a nice one, but
Where did Miss go?
More than the same thing. Probably she has some internet issues.
Sorry, I was gone. I don't know where I went, but I was gone. Sorry about this. Okay, so I see Malcolm. Mes condos. Okay, Malcolm, it's not condolence. Ok. Et j'espère que tu vas bien. Ok. Malcolm is not quite right, and I'm sure you can improve on this. Okay. Only one message? Only one comment? I don't see others. Okay, so Brown, je suis désolée pour ta perte et je prie pour ta famille. Okay. Yes, that is fine. Don't forget to put your accent. Okay. Okay, we can go with that. Anything else? Roger, mes condoléances. Okay, Malcolm. Is condoléances. Condolences is English. Okay. Mes condoléances. J'espère que tu te sentiras mieux. Okay. Okay, I like that too. Kalea, I didn't see your version.
I'm coming, miss.
Okay.
Oh, s'il vous plaît.
No, Samuel. I haven't seen Samuel's either. Yes, Malcolm. Mes condoléances. J'espère que tu vas bien. Okay. Oh, Samuel, you lost the question. It says your friend has. Oh, sorry. Your friend your French pen pal has lost a relative. Write a message of condolences to him or to her. Okay, what I thought you would have written, it's something like what Bran has put is good. Je suis désolée pour ta perte. And then you could have continued by saying accept mes sincères condoléances. Okay? Okay, that's the one I was really after. Okay. Accept mes sincères condoléances. I think in the exam, that's what they want. They want the word condoléances in there. Kalea, je suis désolée, entendre will not work. Okay. Je suis désolée de plus a verb, but in French, you can't say I'm sorry to hear. The French would say to hear what? In English, we can, but in French, it doesn't work. Okay. Mm-hmm. Or you could say, je suis, I'm just going to put my version on it, okay? Je suis, so what did you put? Je suis désolé, and don't forget the two E's, Kalea.
Oui.
Yes, je suis désolé d'entendre, je suis désolée d'entendre cette triste nouvelle. Something like that. Je suis désolée d'entendre cette triste nouvelle. Triste, sad, the sad news. You need to add something. You can't just put it like that, okay? Je suis désolée d'entendre. Je suis désolée de, okay? And nouvelle is news, a piece of news, but it's feminine. So we're going to put set, C-E-T-T-E, okay? Samuel, perte is a word which is feminine, so you can't put ton, okay? Je suis désolée pour ta perte. Okay? Pour ta perte. I think you all have to work on that one because it's, and you know, never think that you're not going to get it, okay? Sympathy, I know you're trying to say sympathy. There's one way, the way they taught you at school is accept mes sincères condoléances or toutes mes condoléances. This is what CXC gives us, okay? So stick to the CXC version, to the CXC's version, okay? So accept mes sincères condoléances. I'm going to put it again for those who just join. Accept mes sincères condoléances, okay? Je suis désolée pour ta perte, and then condolences, okay? We need to have the word condoléances in there. Bien, numéro 5. I'm going to share number 5 now. Your friend has asked to borrow your brand new laptop to use for his or her exam. Write a response to him. So be careful. The other one was that you wanted to borrow. Now is your friend wanting to borrow. Okay? Okay, Joshua, I'm going to go through the question again. Your friend has asked to borrow your brand new laptop to use for his or her exam. Write a response to him or to her. Alors, Malcolm says, oui, mais fais attention car c'est très nouveau. Not bad. The problem is nouveau. Nouveau is new. It's not brand new. Okay? So we have to be careful here. What's the word for brand new? And I'm sure you know it. It's just you didn't think about it. Okay, Joshua put, non, je ne peux pas te le prêter parce que j'ai mes examens le même jour. That's very nice. Yes. Joshua said it means it's neuf. Yes. Neuf is 9, but it's also new. Brand new. Okay? So, so Malcolm, you can say oui, tu peux l'emprunter, mais fais attention car c'est tout neuf. This is my version based on what Malcolm put, okay? Oui, tu peux l'emprunter, mais fais attention car c'est tout neuf. Yes, Joshua, that's correct. Nia, oui, tu peux. Okay, not le emprunter, Nia, is, you know, you have the meeting of the two E's, so you need to put an L apostrophe. Tu peux l'emprunter, mais tu dois le. Oh, I think you wanted to say, but you have to return it by this Saturday. Okay, so I'm going to correct this. Oui, tu peux l'emprunter.
Madam, I can't see you clearly. I can't see it.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
I don't know what happened. I haven't touched anything. It's telling me that...
In your camera?
No, it's telling me that my camera has... I don't know, there's like a problem with the camera, but I haven't touched anything. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oui.
Can you hear me? Okay, so it's definitely not the mic, but I don't know. The thing disconnected on its own. I may have ghost at home then. Trying to figure out all this. Okay, but I can hear things on the line which suggests that the line is not quite good. No. Okay, you're not going to see me. So, Kalea, you'll be the only one with no problem.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. Okay, let's continue still. Okay. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened, but my camcorder just decided to, not my camcorder, my webcam decided to stop working, and I haven't touched it. So I really don't know what happened. Don't know. Okay, Diane Brown, désolé. I'm on, but you can't see me. I don't know what's happening with the webcam. I really don't know what happened. Samuel, je suis désolée, mais je ne peux pas te l'emprunter. That's not what you want to say. I cannot borrow it from you. That's not what you want to say. You want to say, I cannot lend it to you. So how do you say lend it to you? Okay, Kalea, you could faire attention with a T.
Répétez, s'il vous plaît.
You put fais attention with a T. It should be fais, F-A-I-S, not a T. Okay?
D'accord.
F-A-I-S. Okay. Ok, Brian, non, tu ne peux pas emprunter mon ordinateur car je l'utilise pour mon travail. I like that. Non, tu ne peux pas emprunter mon ordinateur car je l'utilise pour mon travail. That's very good. Brown? Ok. Samuel, now. Je suis désolée, mais je ne peux pas te le prêter. So, Samuel, you have to learn to get your version right the first time because you correct yourself because I am telling you that is wrong. But on the day of the exam, nobody will be there to tell you that it's wrong. And the first version you would have put would be the one which would be wrong. So be careful, okay? Okay, ça va? All right. Let's move on with situation numéro 6. You are at your French friend school and you read some rules on display. Write 2 rules you have seen. Top chrono. Okay, the 20 seconds gone. You are at your French friend school and you read some rules on display. Write 2 rules you have seen. Remember, it's 2 rules, but you're not going to put a full stop, okay? Okay, I'm back. Kalea, you're no longer on your own on the screen. Okay, I don't know what happened, but I went into the settings and it's back. Okay. All right, so Malcolm says défense de fumée et il est interdit de courir dans la salle de classe. Ok, très bien. Hein? Très bien. Samuel put pas de zone de flânerie et soyez courtois et respectueux en tout temps. Pas de zone de flânerie. That is an interesting one. Pas de zone de flânerie. I've never seen that one, Samuel. I don't know about pas de zone de flânerie, but soyez courtois et respectueux en tout temps. Okay, I accept that. Yes, I know. Flâner, it's to... But I've never seen zone de flânerie. I never seen it. Okay. If you had said défense de flâner, yes, but pas de zone de flânerie, no. Atkins, you haven't seen the questions. The questions was that you are at your friend's school, okay, your French friend's school, and you see 2 rules. What are you, what rules, what are 2 rules? Okay, you see. Okay, Brown, ne faites pas manger dans la classe et ne faites pas venir à la classe. Okay, Brown, this doesn't work at all. I don't know why you have fait. Don't get to eat in the classroom. No, you want to say it's forbidden to eat in the classroom. I'm sure you can improve on that, Brown. But forget the fait. The fait is in the way. Kalea, ne mangez pas ici et ne buvez pas dans le hall. Très bien. Okay. That's very good. Don't forget to use the imperative. Okay. Joshua, want de flâner? Yes, flâner is good. The problem I had was the zone de flânerie. That was my problem. We're not I mean, yes, in English you say no loitering zone, but in French is really don't do this. So if you had put défense de flâner, I will go for that, with that. Gardez les mains, les pieds, les objets pour vous. Samuel, gardez les mains, les pieds et les objets pour vous. I don't understand that one. Keep your hand, your feet, and your object for you. That's what you would see in a school. Okay, I think the one I would definitely go for is ne mangez pas, what Kalea put, ne mangez pas ici et ne buvez pas dans le hall. I think I saw something else before. Soyez courtois et respectueux. I like that. Défense de fumée. Malcolm, you smoke in your school? Défense de fumée. All right, défense de fumée et il est interdit de courir dans la salle de classe. I love that one too. Okay. Brown has changed. Ne mangez pas dans la classe et ne venez pas à la classe en retard. OK. Ne mangez pas dans la classe. You mean dans la salle de classe. Ne mangez pas dans la salle de classe. OK. Et ne venez pas en retard. You don't need to say à la classe. OK. Ne venez pas en retard. How do you say be on time? Be on time. Malcolm, French people smoke a lot. It's true, it's true, it's true. Yes, it's true. You're right, actually, because I was thinking of here, but yes, yes. Défense de fumée will work very well in France. Yes, that's a good point. Joshua Atkins, ne flânez pas ici pendant ton temps de classe et il faut être gentil en tout temps. Okay. Last week at King's, I talked about repetitions, okay? You corrected yourself, ne flânez pas ici pendant votre temps de classe. It's not votre temps de classe, but it is l'heure de classe. Okay, Joshua Atkins is correct. Be on time, soyez à l'heure. Okay, I'm putting it here. Soyez à l'heure. Okay, you can use that. Ne flânez pas ici. Okay, I'm going to redo that one. Ne flânez pas ici pendant votre heure de cours et il faut être gentil. Okay. Okay, something like that. Ne flânez pas ici pendant votre heure de cours. Il faut être gentil. Gentil, no S. Okay. No S here because we are using il faut, okay, which is an impersonal form here. Okay, so we're not going to have an S here, even though we're talking to more than one person. Okay. All right. Okay. So here, when you have something like that, you can use défense de, which we saw last time. You can have the verb with the EZ each time. Okay. And there will be a lot of ne plus your verb with EZ and pas. Okay. Bien. Okay, we're going to continue with number 7. Okay, number 7. I'm going to share number 7 now. You received an email. Okay, you received an email from your French pen pal advising you that he or she would not come in the summer, even though he or she had promised to come and see you. Respond to the email to express your disappointment and give a reason. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing now. So you have to express your disappointment and give a reason. Okay? So, what have we got? So I remind you, it says you received an email from your French pen pal advising you that he or she will not come in the summer, even though he or she had promised to come and see you. Respond to the email to express your disappointment and give a reason. Malcolm, je suis très déçue car je voudrais aller au cinéma qu'avec. I don't understand, Malcolm. And also, I'm not sure about the tense. Do you want to say I would like or I wanted? Okay. Roger, quel dommage, je voulais te voir cet été. Okay. Roger, do you think that the disappointment is really there? Quel dommage, I suppose. Okay, we're still going to show this one. Quel dommage, je voulais te voir cet été. Okay. Kalea, je suis très triste parce que je voulais aller à la plage avec toi. All right, Malcolm, look at this one. Je suis très triste parce que je voulais. I wanted. It's not je voudrais, which I would like. Because even though you want to do it, you can't because it's not coming, okay? Donc, je voulais aller à la plage avec toi, okay? Joshua, je suis très désolée que tu ne puisses pas venir cet été. Waouh, waouh, waouh. J'avais hâte de te voir et d'aller à la plage avec toi. I love that. Je suis désolée que tu, remember, subjunctive, ok. Je suis désolée que tu ne puisses pas venir cet été. And it's good you put a comma as well because remember, you can only have one sentence, ok. Très bien, Joshua. All right, Malcolm, je suis très déçue. In fact, is the word déçu. I was after, okay. Je suis très déçue. And Joshua, you could have put déçu as well as opposed to désolé. Je suis très déçue que tu ne puisses pas venir. OK. Je suis très déçue parce que je voulais aller au cinéma avec toi. OK, Malcolm, you corrected yourself now. Je suis très déçue parce que je voulais aller au cinéma avec toi. Très bien. Brown, je suis très déçue car je voulais aller à mon restaurant favori pour essayer la cuisine jamaïcaine. You miss an I, okay? Brown, I'm going to ask you to do two things for me. I would like to see the cedilla under the C of déçu. It's very important because the students keep missing it. And don't forget your accent. And Jamaican, A-I-N-E, okay? So that I can display your response. Okay, so here, interestingly, the tense, because the person is not coming, you cannot say I would like. You have to say I wanted in the past, okay? And I wanted, remember, is the, you will have to use the imperfect. Je voulais, okay? I wanted to go to the beach with you. Je voulais aller à la plage avec toi, okay? Je suis très déçue car je voulais aller à mon restaurant pour essayer la cuisine jamaïcaine. We have done that one. Okay, I'm going to put it for you, Brown. Okay. Since I'm not seeing you coming, so I don't know if you know how to use the accent. Je voulais aller à mon restaurant favori pour essayer la cuisine. Ah, you're writing it. OK, je suis très déçue car je voulais aller à mon restaurant favori pour essayer la cuisine jamaïcaine. This is what I was trying to write for you. OK, very good. OK? I'm assuming that Jahim is a male, right? Because I've never seen that name before, so I'm not sure. I'm assuming that you're male. But you have to remember that if you're female and you use déçu, you have to add an I. Okay? Bien, I'm going to go to the number 8. I'm going to share number 8, numéro 8. Your pen pal reads a note to you written by his or her mother, reminding him or her to do a particular chore. What does the note say? Okay, I'm going to read it over because I started reading before you actually saw it on the screen. It comes on my screen first and then to yours, and it takes a few seconds. Your pen pal reads a note to you written by his or her mother, reminding him or her to do a particular chore. What does the note say? Okay, Malcolm is saying, ne oublie pas, don't forget. Malcolm, don't forget you can't have ne oublie, okay? Pas, and oublier is a verb which is followed by de when you use another verb. So, n'oublie pas de faire la vaisselle et de nettoyer la salle de bain. So be careful here because nettoyer, Malcolm, needs to be in the infinitive form again. Okay? I think you need to correct all this. I'm sure you can manage the correction on your own. Ok, Roger, n'oublie pas de faire la vaisselle avant je rentre à la maison. Okay, this one was a little bit difficult because avant is avant que plus subjonctif. So obviously, if you don't want to use a subjonctive, okay. N'oublie pas de faire la vaisselle. If you want to avoid the subjunctive, what would you say, Roger? You could say, n'oublie pas de faire la vaisselle avant mon retour, before I return, okay? You could say something like that, okay? N'oublie pas de faire la vaisselle avant mon retour, okay? When you have a situation where you would need to use a subjunctive and you want to avoid the subjunctive, and in this particular exercise, I would say to you, if you're not sure about your subjunctive, it's better not to use it because with the situations, you will be penalized anyway, so it makes no sense to use something you're not sure of, okay? So try to see if you can find a way of putting it just using nouns like the way I've done it. N'oublie pas de faire la vaisselle avant mon retour, before I return, okay? Bien, Malcolm, you corrected yourself. N'oublie pas de faire la vaisselle et de nettoyer la salle de bain. Malcolm, you put la vaisselle, and it's la vaisselle, okay? You have to have two S's, okay, to get the sounds. Kalea, fais les plats et lave la voiture de ton père. Fais les plats, what does that mean, fais les plats?
Wash the plates.
I've never heard fais les plats.
Oh.
Faire un plat is to cook. But faire les plats, no. As Malcolm put is faire la vaisselle. As I put it, n'oublie pas de faire la vaisselle. What is on your screen right now, that's the one you want. Faire la vaisselle, okay?
Oui.
Yeah, n'oublie pas de faire la vaisselle et de nettoyer la salle de bain. Okay, Malcolm corrected himself. I can only display correct sentences, so you have to rewrite the whole thing. Donc, fais les plats, forget that. I don't know where you learned that, but forget it. Okay, Kalea?
D'accord, madame.
Okay, yes. N'oublie pas de nettoyer la voiture, okay. N'oublie pas de nettoyer la voiture. How many chores? I can't remember. How many chores was it? Oh, it was just one, so that's fine. KK, bonjour. N'oublie, okay, here is not quite right, KK. N'oubliez pas de laver la vaisselle. Okay, that one is not quite right, okay? Because, KK, you're using the Z and it's between a mother and the son or the daughter. So in French, it's going to be very informal. It's going to be the tu form, okay? So we are not going to use the Z. That is one. And then the second mistake is that you use vaisselle as opposed to vaisselle. Remember, vaisselle's got two S's, okay? I'm going to write it big, big, big for you because it's a mistake, okay, that you tend to make. And I don't want you to make it on the day, okay? I don't want you to make that mistake on the day. Faire la vaisselle, two S's, ok? Kalea, fais la vaisselle et lave la voiture de ton père. Ok, I like that. Kéké, pour la lessive, yes, but pour faire la lessive, s'il vous plaît. No, you need the imperative. You can't just say pour faire la lessive, s'il vous plaît. That wouldn't work. And s'il vous plaît wouldn't work either because you're talking to, the mother is talking to her child. She's not going to use vous. She's going to use tu. Okay? So remember, guys, if it's your parents talking to you, you're not going to have the vous. This is what you're going to have. S'il te plaît. Trying to put it in the chat for s'il te plaît, okay, and not s'il vous plaît, because of course if you put that you're going to be penalized. D'accord? Malcolm is asking a question. Let me read. Did you see my correction? Yes, I saw your correction. Oh, you mean with the two S's? No, I didn't see. N'oublie pas de faire la vaisselle. Yeah, okay. Now I see it. Très bien. N'oublie pas de faire la vaisselle et de nettoyer la salle de bain. No. It's not easy because, you know, there's a lot to read and it's easily missed, Malcolm. Sorry about this. Okay. So you need to think about two chores before you do paper 2. You need to make sure you know how to talk about two chores because very often is two. I gave you one here, but very often it's two. So make sure that you know how to talk about two chores. So faire la vaisselle is one. I think I saw something else, like sortir la poubelle or something. Yes, which I saw and then I forgot about it. This one is good too. N'oublie pas de sortir la poubelle. Sortir la poubelle, to take the bin out, okay? So you need to come up with at least two chores in case they ask for two, okay? And I like the idea of n'oublie pas de, don't forget to, okay? That's good. You're getting better and better. So now I'm going to move on to number 9. Okay, number 9. I'm going to share number 9. You see a note in French on top of a photocopier, which is not working. What does it say? So what do you see on top of that machine? We had that last time, but I remember that some people got it wrong. So I wanted to Double check that you got it this time. Okay. Ok, Malcolm, désolé, mais la machine est tombée en panne. Malcolm, what is missing in your sentence? I'm not going to tell you. I know you know. Hors d'usage. Ok. KK, I will go for that. Ne marche pas. Yes, I would go with that as well. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a note, so it's going to be very concise. Okay. Très bien. Joshua. Cela ne fonctionne pas, s'il vous plaît, utilisez l'autre. OK. Yeah. Okay, Joshua, how would you say, please use the other one without using s'il vous plaît? Okay, this is for Joshua. Ah, Joshua. Now I have to delete what I was going to write. You can't have veuillez utiliser with EZ. That can't work, Joshua, and I know you know that. You see how you make those mistakes and you lose points. Malcolm, you missed something. You put la machine est tombée en panne, but la machine is feminine. What is missing? Utiliser. Okay, so Joshua, write the whole thing correctly so that I can display it, please. Kalea, what did you put? I can't remember. Did you put something, Kalea?
No, it's well,
Is
that possible for writing about the same thing.
Bon, veuillez utiliser l'autre. Okay, that is it. Okay, so what Joshua would have put before is en panne ou la machine ne fonctionne pas, veuillez utiliser l'autre. Okay, so he put something before. I'm just correcting the second part. Okay, all right. So Malcolm, I'm going to correct your version. Désolé, mais la machine est tombée en panne. Okay, so you have to be careful. If you have la machine, you need to put two E's. Okay, la machine est tombée en panne. Okay, bien. To tell you the truth, Malcolm, I wouldn't have told this because désolé is something else which they didn't ask for. I would just put what I've seen earlier on, which is very short, like this one. En panne. It's a note. It's a quick note, and people don't want to read too much. Okay. Okay, I have another one, hors service. hors service, okay, which you could have put. Okay, Malcolm, not sure. What is it you didn't notice? Yeah, you wrote too much. Elle ne marche pas, okay. Just put en panne, hors service. Okay, you don't even need to write all this because it's a note. Okay, but if you want to write elle ne marche pas, that's fine. Okay? Elle ne marche pas, elle ne fonctionne pas. All this is correct as well. Okay? But I think you have enough of service en panne. I mean, you've already got more than one, so. And now the last one. I'm going to share our last situation, and I want to know how much you would have got out of 30. Sorry about this. I lost my share. So, you're back from Guadeloupe where you spent a week at your friend's house, okay? Write a note to his or her parents to express gratitude by including one outing you enjoyed. Okay. Ok, Malcolm, merci pour ma séjour, c'était super. Malcolm, séjour is masculine, so you cannot say ma séjour. C'était super. You didn't quite, you know, it says write a note to express gratitude by including one outing you enjoyed. You didn't include the outing you enjoyed. Okay, you're just very vague. You're talking about your stay. So this one is not quite there. Okay, Malcolm, not quite right. KK, merci de m'avoir laissé rester chez vous. J'ai vraiment apprécié le salon de crème glacée. Merci de m'avoir laissé. Not too sure what you're saying, KK. Merci de... Why don't you say merci de votre hospitalité, m'avoir laissé goes, but is the rester chez vous I don't like. And it's you're making things very hard for yourself. For situations, I've told you before, go use the simplest structures. Now, to impress, you have to do it in the letter, but you don't have to do that in the situations. That you need to keep these things for the letter, okay? So, merci pour votre hospitalité. J'ai vraiment apprécié le salon de crème glacée. Okay. That I would accept. Oh, merci de m'avoir hébergé to stay, yeah, let me stay at your house. It's hébergé, woodwork, KK. Roger, merci pour mon séjour. Je me suis amusée à jouer au parc. Avec Abby. The problem here, Roger, is that you say jouer au parc. Jouer au parc would be a game. So I would put à jouer dans le parc avec Abby. Otherwise, it looks like it's a game. Okay, KK, I'm going to tell you in a minute. Let me read because the chat goes up very quickly and I lose it. Merci, mon séjour était très bien. Je me suis beaucoup amusée à la plage. J'espère encore d'y aller avec vous. Okay, Joshua, that's very good, but j'espère doesn't have a preposition. J'espère y aller avec vous. Okay? Merci. Malcolm, you miss a word. Merci, mon séjour. Doesn't go. J'ai adoré nos voyages à la plage. That doesn't work, Malcolm. I'm sure you can come up with something else. Kalea, I think you saw ma before, but I did say that séjour is masculine. You can't say ma séjour. Été, you have an S there. Bon séjour était très amusant. The good thing about it is that you put everything feminine, so you're consistent. J'ai adoré le voyage à la plage. Okay. I don't like the word voyage. Voyage sounds as if to go to that beach you had to do a lot. I don't like that. I would just say la sortie, j'ai apprécié la sortie à la plage or something like that. La sortie, the outings. Okay, sortie is outing and mon séjour. Okay, you cannot say ma séjour because it's masculine. Okay, all right. Donc, merci pour mon séjour. Je me suis amusée à jouer dans le parc avec elle. C'était amusant. Okay, Roger, that goes, but you still miss the tour. Okay. So Malcolm, you need to come up with your correction. Now, KK was asking me a question. Yeah, I would say what Brown put, merci pour votre hospitalité. J'adorais faire de la randonnée avec vous. Randonnée has two ends, okay? J'adorais faire de la randonnée avec vous. I don't like j'adorais. I would prefer to say j'ai adoré as a statement because remember, j'adorais means I used to. So I used to love to, you know, so j'ai adoré faire de la randonnée avec vous, ok? La randonnée. Merci pour mon séjour. J'ai aimé, oh là là, Malcolm, aimé, IR. Malcolm, I think you're tired today. It can only be tiredness. Okay? Because I know you wouldn't make those kind of mistakes. Okay? So, j'ai aimé like this. Okay? I'm still going to write it, but j'ai aimé. Samuel, I don't hear from you. Are you still there? J'ai aimé. Okay, you cannot have ER. Samuel, are you still there? Okay, so this concludes the situations. You're going to have 10 situations. All right, there's some more messages here. Brown, merci pour votre hospitalité. J'ai adoré faire de la randonnée avec vous. Okay, I like that. Malcolm, merci pour mon séjour. J'ai aimé la sortie à la plage. Bon, we are there now, Malcolm. Okay. Malcolm, you're tired. It must be. Okay. All right. So, before we move on to the letters, one thing you need to remember when you have your situations, you need to read the instructions, because I'm not doing situations again, all right? So make sure that you read the instructions, because today some people, some of you did miss the instructions and you partially completed the task. And if it's partial, you will have a partial grade too. So you don't want to be losing out on your, the grades. So make sure that you read the instructions. Also, remember, if they ask you to talk to your mother, to talk to your uncle or auntie, to talk to your friends, you cannot put EZ if you are talking to one person. The EZ would work if you're talking to your family, to several members, fine, because it's plural. But if you're talking to one person, it cannot be like that, okay? So that is the thing. Malcolm, I will have to look at my emails to see if your letter is there. But when I last went into my emails, it wasn't there. Okay. Yeah, any questions before we move on? Because as I said, I'm not doing this anymore. Okay. And I remind you as well that a video was out on Thursday, so you can have further practice with those situations, because they're all different, okay? So you can practice again with those we did last week, with the video on which was released on Thursday, and then you can go back to this, all right? Now, for the letter, by now you may know that it's got to do with a trip. So what I have selected is a trip to Paris. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you some pictures, okay? And then I'm going to show you each picture individually afterwards. And I'm going to ask you to write a sentence or even 2 sentences per picture, okay? because you need to be able to write something, an action, okay? The action, an action, what you did, okay? And then what I would like you to do is to write your impressions on what you visited, what you did, and so on, okay? So this is to force you to use two tenses. The first one will be the passé composé, and the second one will be the imperfect because you'll be using, you will be describing your emotions or doing a description or your impressions. So it's going to be the imperfect. So if you can do that, that would be great. Okay? Vous êtes prêts? Are you ready?
Oui.
Kalea, vous êtes prête? Tu es
Oui,
prête?
madame.
Okay, Samuel, I think we lost him because even though it looks as if he's still here, but I don't see him. Okay. Um, so remember what I said. I'm just going to show you several slides in one go. Okay. And then I'm going to play it again so that you can write your two sentences. That is just to practice writing. Okay, this in case you don't understand the picture for this one, for the second one, this picture shows you, well, you would be on the third floor of the Eiffel Tower, okay? Can you hear me?
Oui, madame.
Okay, all right. The pictures were not, they were taking a long time to move, so I'm not sure what was happening. I think it's the connection again. Okay, so the first picture was the Eiffel Tower. Okay, so let's share this again. What can you write on that?
Miss, can you please repeat the instructions?
Okay, I would like you to write at least 2 sentences per photo you see, okay? Bearing in mind that you have to have an action, okay, and an impression. Okay, is it clear now?
Oui, madame.
Okay, so what you're supposed to be doing now is just to write sentences. I just want to see how you write, because from what I've seen earlier on, there were quite a few mistakes. So I want to ensure that you're not making those mistakes on the day of the exam. Okay? All right, so what are you writing for the first one? Kalea, you have something for us?
I'm typing it.
Okay. And after this little exercise, we are going to see the students' letters, okay? And that will give you an idea as to how you can go about writing a letter. I will show you my letter first, okay? Based on what CSEC mentioned, okay? So I will show you in a minute the instructions, and then I will show you the letters. And I would like you to look at the letter, because I try to put some idioms in it, okay? Remember, idioms will make it nice, okay? Kalea, yes, Kalea said, j'ai visité la Tour Eiffel et la vue était très belle. Okay, that is fine. You have the passé composé in the first part and then the imperfect in the other. Okay, all right. So, très bien. Any other? Okay, Blair. Bonjour, Blair. Quand j'habitais à Paris, je visite. What tense is that? Je visite la Tour Eiffel tous les jours et j'ai pris des photos avec ma sœur. Okay, the visit is wrong. What tense should it be, Blair? Imperfect. Okay. So, and remember, Tour Eiffel, as Kalea put it, Tour has a capital T and Eiffel has a capital E as well. Okay. Roger, je suis allée. You missed something, Roger. C'était très grand et beau. OK, très bien. It's very good, Roger. You remembered that after say or c'était, you don't have the feminine. And that is good because he talked about la Tour Eiffel and yet he's saying grand. And that is correct. C'était très grand et beau. OK? Je suis allée à la Tour Eiffel. You need to put the A before la Tour Eiffel. OK? Blair, you need to correct your je visite. So you see that you need to practice. OK? It's important to practice. What about this one? What can you tell me what monument it is? This one. It's coming. What monument is that?
Je ne sais pas.
No? La pyramide du Louvre. So here, you see you have the Eiffel Tower there. You can actually walk. Okay, I have done it. I walked several times there. Okay, from the Eiffel, you walk straight. It's just straight. And you reach le Musée du Louvre. And behind the Musée du Louvre, you have La Pyramide du Louvre. Okay, and you go inside. I mean, there's a door somewhere and you can go inside. When I went inside, it takes you downstairs where they have some exhibitions. Okay. The exhibitions change. They're not always the same. And that's what happens in La Pyramide du Louvre. So something happens. So you're in the basement. All right. Alors, Malcolm, pour j'aime la France, quand je suis y allée, no, it doesn't work, Malcolm, c'était super. J'ai vu la Tour Eiffel et je voulais. Malcolm, you have to change. Roger, Louvre is la pyramide du Louvre. Okay, but it's true the museum is next to it, yes. Monter, mais c'était fermé. Je voulais monter, mais c'était fermé. Fermé shouldn't have an ER. Okay, all right. So you can see what kind of, okay, so I'm just showing you all this so that you understand my letter, okay? Because when I'm going to put some places, you need to understand which ones I'm talking about, okay? Have you seen this one before? I'm going to ask Kalea to tell me which place it is.
Je ne sais pas, madame.
No?
No.
Okay. Can somebody tell me what this monument is? Okay, I'm going to stop it so that I can see. Okay, so you didn't know. All right, I'm going to tell you. L'Arc de Triomphe. Okay, it is important to know these things because you talk, I mean, everybody knows the Eiffel Tower. Yes, it's the arc. Okay, so you know, Roger, your art. Okay. So you know it, all right. L'Arc de Triomphe, Doris said. Okay, très bien. Aisha said L'Arc de Triomphe. It's not Triomphe, it's Triomphe. So it should be OM. I guess it's a typo. Okay. Right. This is what I was typing, L'Arc de Triomphe. Okay. So, yes. So that's what it is. Okay. So what can you say about L'Arc de Triomphe? Well, for those who don't know, you can actually visit L'Arc de Triomphe and go right to the top. Okay. I'm going to share it again so that you can see. Okay, it's not as tall as the Eiffel Tower, of course, but what is interesting is that the L'Arc de Triomphe, if you go, I don't know if it's this way or that way, but you go through the Les Champs-Élysées and at the end, you're going to find L'Arc de Triomphe, okay? So that is good because you are on Les Champs-Élysées and then it leads to this. And right at the top here, you can see, you can have a view, not as good as from the Eiffel Tower, but at least you can see the avenue, okay, right up there. It is important to know these things because if they ask you to talk about two monuments and you only know the Eiffel Tower, you will be stuck because they could ask you for two. Isn't that true? So you have to know at least two. Okay. So I've already shown you the La Pyramide du Louvre, and I told you it's a place where you can visit exhibitions. Okay. You can go up the Arc de Triomphe. Okay. And you have this one. Do you know what this one is? I'm going to share it again so that you can see. What is it? Kalea, what is it? Do you know?
No.
You're not sure. What is it?
Je ne sais pas.
Okay. D'accord. Anybody knows what it is? If you do, please put it in the chat. Before I move on to the last picture. Okay, nobody knows. Okay. It's le musée Pompidou. Okay. It's a museum which is, which I particularly, I don't like the architecture, but it is a museum, okay? And you recognize it with the way it is. It is the Museum Pompidou. Pompidou was president, okay? Centre Pompidou, yes, le Centre Pompidou. Yeah, I think it's called Centre Pompidou. It is a museum, okay? The Centre Pompidou, OU, okay? Not UE at the end, Malcolm, okay? Bien. And my last picture, can you tell me Can you tell me the name of the means of transport you're going to see? Got a particular name in French, and I would like you to tell me. Okay.
It's not the bateau, is it? No.
Yes, but it's called what? Bateau what? It's got a particular name.
I don't know that particular name, madam.
No, you don't. Okay.
No.
All right. I'm going to stop this so that I can write it in the chat for you. Okay. It is called bateau mouche. Okay, bateau mouche.
D'accord.
Okay. Yes. All right. So now I would like you to tell me with the last picture, I would like you to tell me what you would put for the last picture, because you are on a boat. Well, how would you go about it? Can you write a sentence with this? Kalea, you have something?
Oui, madame, I sent it.
Oh, takes a while for me to receive it.
Oui.
Kalea, you keep missing your extra E's.
Right. Je suis désolée.
Okay, not quite. Bateau mouche is the means of transportation. So you were on the River Seine, okay? Okay, so Paris, in Paris, you have the big river, which is called Seine. So you could say something like, j'ai traversé la Seine. Make notes, make notes. J'ai traversé la Seine en bateau-mouche et c'était fantastique, incroyable, or whatever you want. Okay, can you see it?
Oui, madame.
J'ai traversé la Seine, Seine with the capital S because it's the name of the river, en bateau-mouche, et c'était fantastique. Okay, so this is one way of making it a little bit more interesting because aller, Kalea, you know that you're going to need aller, 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 and you don't want to repeat the same verb. This is what we talked last week about is trying not to repeat the same thing. You're going to notice that aller and visiter are the two obvious verbs you will want to use each time. But if you want that grade 1, you need to show that you know some vocabulary. All right? Ça va?
Oui, madame.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything from the others, so I don't know if they are writing or not. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to, oh, by the way, this, I forgot to, I don't know if you had seen that picture. Tell me if you saw it, because it seemed to, did you see that picture?
No, I didn't.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
I'm seeing it now.
Okay. You had seen that picture before?
No.
No. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. That wasn't there. Okay. Do you know what this drink is or could be? Which
It's
is very fresh.
soda. I'm not sure.
There's soda in it, yes, but with some mint
Oh,
syrup. Mint syrup, and it's called a Diabolo Malt. Okay. So the reason why I'm putting this is it's always good to have a little cultural thing in it. Okay. They may ask you to include one, and if they don't, you could include it in any case. So, for example, I mean, this is typically French, so at least you can show that you know something. All right. And that is the good thing.
Can you type the name, please?
Yes. It's in my letter, which I was going to share in a minute. But Diabolo Malt. Can you see it? No, not yet.
Not as yet. It's there now. Okay.
It's masculine, and Diabolo Malt. Okay. So it's basically mint syrup, which you will find in France without in any shop. And you add some lemonade or soda, what you call soda, you know, the transparent soda, and it's very nice. Okay. And what is good is that it's refreshing, especially if it's very hot. You can use that. If you don't have the soda in it, but you have the water, it's called Mont à l'eau. Okay, so if it's just is Montalo, okay, in Montalo. But I think that really Diabolomont is the one I would like you to try to remember because it's very, very French. And putting that maybe in your letter could be a good thing. If obviously it's the right thing to talk about in the letter, okay? Yeah. All right. So just for you, pardon? Yeah.
Can you please check the chats? Can you please check the chats? The private chat, please.
Okay. Pas de problème.
D'accord.
Okay. So Kalea is going to leave. She had told me that she wasn't going to stay. Actually, you're probably a bit late. Looking at the time now. Okay. So I would like to thank you for taking part in this. Okay. I hope you have learned something today.
Oui, I did.
Yes. Okay. So and all the revise all this to ensure that you don't make the mistakes. I will read your letter later on. So if you want to see the feedback you get from the students, you will have to watch the end of this live when you can. All right?
Oui, madame. Au revoir.
Okay, au revoir. Okay, and Samuel is back. Are you back?
Oh, yeah.
What happened to you?
Oh, my family came to visit
Okay.
me.
So okay, no problem. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to share the letter just for you to see what could be written. So first of all, the instructions, okay, and I'm using Paris. So that's the reason why I showed you the pictures so that you are familiar with the places, because that is important. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then it will have no importance really. Okay. All right. So I am going to share now the instructions and I'm going to read them. You have just returned from Paris where you spent 1 week as you won a prize with other students. You write a letter to your French pen pal to tell him or to tell her about it. Please be sure to include at least one famous place in Paris, saying where you went and what you did. 2, mention a French drink and food you tried. 3, an incident which took place during your stay. And 4, what you will do to return to Paris. Okay, so here I put 4 colors because when I'm going to show you the letter, each Q will be in the color. Okay, so the first Q would be in blue, the second in green, the third one in red, and the last one in gray. So that will give you an idea. It will be in on two slides because I couldn't put the letter on one slide. Okay. All right. So remember, one famous place in Paris, and you have to say what you did there. Okay. Then mention a drink and food that you have tried. Okay. Then talk about something unexpected, an incident which took place during your stay. And what will you do to go back to Paris? Okay. So I'm going to read my letter. All right, so Kingston, le 26 juin 2021. Kingston, le 26 juin 2021. So it's me writing to a friend, okay, to my pen pal, and his name is Guillaume. This time I try to use a mail, and I'm going to explain to you why, because of the ending that I've chosen, okay, that's why. So, cher Guillaume, j'espère que tu vas bien, ainsi que ta famille. Figure-toi que j'étais à Paris pendant une semaine. So what I'm saying here, I say, j'espère que tu vas bien ainsi que ta famille. I hope that you are well, okay? Or you are fine, as well as your family, ainsi que, as well as, okay? Figure-toi que j'étais à Paris pendant une semaine. So figure-toi, it's like saying, you know what? Like we often say, you know what? I was in Paris for a week. All right? Then the blue, remember, is one famous place and what you did there, okay? So I started by saying, je rêvais de voir la Tour Eiffel. Eh bien, c'est fait. Je suis montée au 3e étage où j'ai pu admirer la capitale. C'était comme dans mon rêve. Okay? So I said I dreamt, je rêvais, I dreamt of seeing the Eiffel Tower. Eh bien, c'est fait. Well, it is done. It's done now. Je suis montée au 3e étage où j'ai pu admirer la capitale. I went up to the 3rd floor where I was able to admire the capital. Because, you know, when you reach there, it's so high that you can see the whole of Paris. C'était comme dans mon rêve. It was like in my dream. Okay? So that's what I put. What I wanted to show is that I could use the imperfect, and I have the je rêvais. And then I said what I did. I went up to the 3rd floor, and what happened there? I had a beautiful view, okay? Then they ask you to mention one French drink and one French food. So this is what I said after that. Au retour à mon hôtel, je me suis arrêtée à un café pour boire un diabolo menthe et manger une crêpe. C'était délicieux, okay? So on my way back to the hotel, I stopped at a cafe to drink a diabolo menthe and to eat a French pancake. It was delicious. Okay? So I got the diabolo menthe, which is the drink, and crêpe, which is the food. Okay? Then in red, you remember that we talked about an incident which took place, okay? So, le surlendemain, après ma visite à la pyramide du Louvre, so I'm showing that I traveled, okay, because now I'm no longer at the Eiffel Tower, but pyramide du Louvre, je me suis rendu compte que j'avais perdu mon portefeuille. J'ai paniqué. Je suis donc retournée à la pyramide. J'ai eu de la chance. Mon portefeuille était là. Ouf! Quel soulagement. Okay, so here, le surlendemain. So you know lendemain, which is the day after. The surlendemain is the day after the following day. So it's not the following day, but it's the day after the following day. So 2 days later, après ma visite à la pyramide du Louvre, after my visit to the pyramid, to the Louvre pyramid, I'm not sure how they've translated it into English actually, je me suis rendu compte I realized, se rendre compte, very good verb to remember. Je me suis rendu compte que j'avais perdu mon portefeuille. I realized that I had lost my wallet. So here I'm showing that I can use the pluperfect because when I realized, okay, that something was missing in my bag, what I lost was done before realizing it. Okay, so that is what happened. J'ai paniqué. I panicked. Okay. Je suis donc means therefore. Je suis donc retournée. I could have said donc, je suis retournée, ou je suis donc retournée, either, à la pyramide. J'ai eu de la chance. Now I'm thinking, instead of saying j'ai eu de la chance, I could have said quelle chance. Mon portefeuille était là. My wallet was there. Ouf. Ouf. If there's onomatopoeia for, you know, a sign of relief. Okay. So when you're relieved, you said ouf. Okay. So I wanted to put it there. Quel soulagement. What a relief. Okay. So I could have put, instead of saying j'ai eu de la chance, I could have said quelle chance. Mon portefeuille était là. Ouf, quel soulagement. Okay, so that is for the first, second, and third cues. And now for the last cue. Okay, I have to stop sharing. Give me a minute, please. Okay, I'm sharing the last slide because there was no room. Okay, share screen. So what will you do to return to Paris? Then I said, and here again, just to show what I know, je n'ai pas pu voir la Joconde au musée du Louvre. C'est sûr, je retournerai à Paris. Il me faudra d'abord trouver un emploi pendant l'été, ensuite j'économiserai. Okay, so here we have the future. Okay, so I started by saying that I wasn't able to see Mona Lisa. Okay, you know that painting, Mona Lisa, at the Musée du Louvre. So je n'ai pas pu voir la Joconde. La Joconde is Mona Lisa. And c'est sûr, that's sure, je retournerai à Paris. I will return to Paris. Il me faudra d'abord trouver un emploi pendant l'été. I will have to, first, d'abord is first. I will have to find un emploi pendant l'été, a job during the summer. Ensuite, then, or afterwards, j'économiserai. I will save money. Okay? And then I finished the letter by saying, et toi, quoi de neuf? Écris-moi vite. Okay? And now I put amitié. There's different ways of ending a letter. You can have big kisses, and I mentioned that in the previous live, but I don't remember if I put amitié, which means friendship. Okay? So I wanted to share that one, especially if we have mail, writing to mail. I don't think that the mail will want to say big kisses to the other mail. So I just thought that I am going to put amitié, which is put like that with an S as well. Okay? right. Bonsoir, Shanika Douglas. Okay. All right. So you have seen the letter, well, my letter. Okay. Have you got any question for me regarding my letter? Anything that I put you didn't quite understand, or you wanted some clarification? Anything? All right, so whilst you're typing, if you are typing something, I mentioned it in the previous live stream. What I'm trying to do is to show you what can be done, okay? Those who are struggling a little bit with French will continue with what they can write. But those who can really get a great one, I would say to you, try to aim for that, okay? Especially if you're already good. And maybe you're between grade 2 and grade 1, try to work a little bit more to get a grade 1. Now, a letter grade 1 would be a letter which has all the cues, but also different kind of vocabulary, okay? Not the things that which are obvious. You have to stand out, and that is the main thing that you need to remember. The whole point is to stand out. If you don't stand out, you are grade 2. You stand out, grade 1. That's the way it works, okay? So any questions? No? All right. Okay, so if there is no questions, I will all right. So now I'm going to read, well, I'm going to read Samuel's letter first because he's here. Kalea had to go, so we're going to use Kalea's letter afterwards, okay? So, Ishmael, you want to read your own letter? I don't know if he's there. All right, so before I show you the letter, for those who don't know what the instructions are, I'm going to share the instructions so that you can give your opinion on the letter, okay? So it was the same as last week. Your French club is hosting an event for a group of visiting students from Guadeloupe. You are one of the main organizers of the event. Write a letter to your French correspondent about the activity. Be sure to include details about the event, date, time, venue, the reason for this event, a description of some of the preparation activities, information about why one of the special guests has been invited. Okay, so Ishmael, are you there?
Oui.
Okay, do you want to read your letter?
No, madam.
No, you don't want to read it. Okay, so I'm going to read your letter. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so it starts with the date, à la maison, le 20 juin 2021. Cher Alfred, j'espère que tu vas bien. Moi, je me porte à merveille. Je t'écris pour te parler de certains événements que mon club français organise. Il se tiendra au stade René-Serge Nabadjov. La date de ces événements aura lieu le 1er juillet à 15h30. L'événement va s'appeler « Tout le monde s'enseigne les uns les autres » et la raison de l'événement est d'afficher différents types de personnes avec des compétences différentes peut enseigner à d'autres qui ne possèdent pas cette compétence. Certaines des activités préparées sont deviner ma profession. Aussi, certaines activités épinglent le métier à l'âne. Il y aura également 4 invités spéciaux ici parce que je crois que nous ne devons pas seulement amener des personnes qualifiées de notre cercle local, mais aussi à l'international. Ils partageront leur profession et ce qu'ils font. J'espère te voir là-bas. Ton ami Samuel. OK. All right. So I'm asking you viewers to tell me if you see anything which needs correcting or what do you think of the letter and so on. Can you write it in the chat, please? Okay, Malcolm said très bien. Yeah, it's a good letter. Yes. I think that if we look at, again, if we look at what is to be included in the letter, it says details about the event, date, time, venue, we know that. The reason for this event, we know that. A description of some of the preparation activities, I think we know that too. And information about why one of the special guests has been invited. Okay? Bien. All right. So that is for the content. What about the French? Okay. Okay, so Samuel is saying, je pense que c'est bon, mais je pense qu'il y a des erreurs. Okay, so if you know there's some mistakes, correct them then. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. The date. All right, so Brown said something about à la maison. Yes, it is true. You cannot say à la maison. The only thing you can put there is a town where it is. So Samuel, à la maison was where? Which place? So that is the part you will have to put there, okay? So you can't say à la maison. Then le vin, when I said that you have to full, you remember that I said it in relation to It looks like I had disappeared again. Oh, gosh. I think it's the connection. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, so I'm going to share. Samuel, are you with me? Samuel? All right, so I'm going to share the letter. So, Brown, you were right in saying we can't say à la maison. That is correct, okay? You cannot say that, okay? So what he should have put is the name of the town where he lives. I'm not sure where he lives. He lives in Dominica, but I'm not sure which town. So that's the town he should have put. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the letter again. All right. So, cher Alfred, okay, that is fine. Then he put his comma, that is fine. Cher Alfred, j'espère que tu vas bien. So far, so good. Moi, je me porte à merveille. I like this expression, je me porte à merveille. That's very good. This is an idiom, so you can use that if you want to say how well you are. Okay? Now, the moi should have had a comma after it. Moi, comma, je me porte à merveille. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to probably put some red on the letter so that you can see the corrections, okay? I'm going to do that now. Any more comments? Samuel, are you there? No, he's not there. Okay. All right.
All right, so j'espère que tu vas bien. Moi, je me porte à merveille. Je t'écris pour te parler de certains événements que mon club français organise. Okay, this is fine. It's a nice sentence which explains, which gives the reason for writing this letter. The only thing, Samuel, is you missed the de. Mon club de français. Okay? So here, you should have had a de. Okay? Mon club de français. And also, to improve this sentence, I would have said, je t'écris pour te parler de certains événements qu'organise mon club de français. I would have put it before, but for your level, it's fine. Okay, this is more style because the verb doesn't have an object like that. Generally, we would put the verb before. Okay, bien. Now, a little thing, Samuel, you put il se tiendra. We don't know what il stand for. I like se tiendra. Se tiendra is it will take place. That is a very good, il se tiendra is fine. The only problem is that the il, we don't know which event you're talking about. Okay? La date de ces événements aura lieu. You can't say the date of these events will take place. Okay? You can only say these events will take place or the date of this event will be. Okay? So that's how it goes. La date de ces événements est le 1er juillet à 15h30, something like that. Okay, I like the fact that he put le 1er juillet. He remembers that for the first day, you have premier. Now, to answer Malcolm, what was the idiom? The idiom was je me porte à merveille. Je me porte à merveille. This one. This one. I'm putting it in red. Nice. Je me porte à merveille. It's a nice idiom. OK? L'événement va s'appeler Tout le monde s'enseigne les uns les autres. Okay. Here, what I would have done is to put something here like, you know, tout le monde s'enseigne les uns les autres. Okay. I'm getting something in the chat. I don't know why you can't see the screen. Is it the same for everybody? You can't see the screen? Bonjour Sidonie. Bonjour, bonjour. Okay, so Malcolm, I don't know why you can't see the screen. I hope that it's only you who can't see the screen. Okay. Can somebody tell me in the chat if they can see the screen? Okay. Oh. All right. So let's see. Merci, Aisha. Can you see the screen now? Can you see the screen now? Can you let me know in the chat, please, if you can see the screen? Ah, okay. Bon, I feel better now because I will be talking to myself. Okay. Okay. All right. I can only say that if there's a difficulty, it must be the internet, because I'm just doing the same thing I've been doing every week. I haven't changed anything at all. All right, so l'événement va s'appeler Tout le monde s'enseigne. OK, les uns les autres. OK, so here, Samuel, you need to remember to put something here and here. Okay, he needs to put some, what do we call it? Inverted commas. Okay, so you need to have your inverted commas, and like this one, for example. Okay, so I'm putting it here in red so that you can see. Tout le monde s'enseigne les autres, les uns les autres, and then we put it again there. Okay. All right, so I put that in red so that you can remember. If you say something is called whatever, you need to put some brackets, some inverted commas, ok? Et la raison de l'événement est d'afficher différents types de personnes avec des compétences différentes. OK, that is fine. Now, peut enseigner à d'autres qui ne possèdent pas cette compétence. I'm not sure what that part is about. Not sure, because peut enseigner, I'm not sure where, who is the peut. Because if you're talking about different types of people, then it should be plural, okay? And something is missing, okay? Certaines des activités préparées sont, and here again, you will have deviner, okay? You will have the same thing because it's the name, you need to put a capital and so on. It's such a shame because it will be much easier to understand. Deviner ma profession, and then you put that again, and then aussi certaines activités, épingle le métier de l'âne. That, I think I didn't understand that either. I think you are talking about épingle without the ENT, okay? Il y aura également 4 invités spéciaux ici parce que je crois que nous ne devons pas seulement amener des personnes qualifiées de notre cercle local, mais aussi à l'international. Okay, so he's saying that it's not just people who are professional locally, but also internationally. Okay, ils partageront leur profession et ce qu'ils font. J'espère te voir là-bas, ton ami Samuel. Okay, there's a few things which were not quite right, but on the whole, it's a good letter, I would say. Okay, just a few things to improve on. Okay, any comment from the chat before I show you Kalea's letter? Okay. I don't read anything. Are you still with me? Très bien, Samuel. Malcolm says. Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else? Okay, so now I'm going to share another letter, okay, and that is Kalea's letter, Kalea, who was with us earlier on. Okay, if the letter is a bit too small, please let me know and I will put it into two parts, okay? But I wanted you to see it from in one go. All right? So I'm sharing Kalea's letter. Okay, let me read it. Martinique, le 27 juin 2021. Chère Martine, bonjour, comment allez-vous? Le club français de mon école organise un événement pour les élèves de Guadeloupe. Il sera dans le hall de mon école le 10 août à 11 h. Cette réunion serait une occasion pour les élèves de connaître la belle culture de la Martinique et un peu sur son histoire. Ce sera super. Pour préparer, mon équipe et moi allons décorer le hall avec les couleurs de la Martinique. Alors, nous mettrons des stalles avec des vêtements de la Martinique, la nourriture, etc. J'ai invité Julien Parc, qui est un historien de la Martinique, pour qu'il puisse parler aux élèves de l'histoire de la Martinique. Ce sera une expérience incroyable. Réponds-moi vite. À bientôt. Alors, vos réactions, s'il vous plaît. Okay, I have to stop sharing so that I can see if there's anything in the chat. Okay, so no reaction? Or is it I'm not with you? What's happening? I'm not hearing anything. Samuel, are you with me? Okay, I'm not hearing anything. I don't know if people can hear me. Okay, so I'm just going to correct the letter. Okay, so it's a very good letter. She covered all the points as well. Okay. So now, if I were to start Martinique, you don't put Martinique, okay? You don't put Martinique because Martinique is not the town where you are, okay? So you would put something like Fort-de-France, okay? But you can't put Martinique. So, for example, you would write, let me write it so that you can see it, okay? So when we're talking about Martinique, we are talking about Martinique, okay? Chère Martine, and I like that she chose two names, French names, very good. Martine, Nadine. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Alors, I need to double check something. Who are we talking to? You are one, write a letter to your French correspondent. I didn't quite understand why the vous. Why the vous? If it's your correspondent, you don't need to use vous, you're going to use a tu, okay? Le club de français, that is a common mistake. Le club de français de mon école organise un événement pour les élèves de Guadeloupe. Il sera dans le hall de mon école le 10 août à 11h. Ce sera, I would put not il. Il sounds like he. Ce sera dans le hall de mon école. OK. Cette réunion serait une occasion pour les élèves. I like that. Serait une occasion. And she used the conditional. That's very good. Pour les élèves de connaître la belle culture de la Martinique et un peu pour connaître la belle culture de la Martinique et un peu son histoire. Connaître la culture et connaître son histoire. Donc, you don't need the sur here. OK? Et connaître un peu son histoire. OK? Ce sera super. Pour préparer, mon équipe et moi allons décorer le hall avec les couleurs de la Martinique. OK? Alors, nous mettrons des stalles avec des vêtements. Nous mettrons des stalles. I'm not sure what you mean by stall because stalls is particular seats. So, I'm not sure. Des stalles. Bon, nous mettrons des stalles avec des vêtements de la Martinique, la nourriture, etc. Bien. Instead of putting nourriture, I would put dishes because, well, I suppose nourriture could work. Yeah, nourriture could work actually. But I was more thinking of des plats. Les plats de la Martinique. Okay, bien. Here, what I don't like in this particular paragraph is the fact that Martinique appears 3 times. Okay, so if you can try to find a way of removing at least one, okay. For example, pour préparer, mon équipe et moi allons décorer le hall avec les couleurs du pays ou de l'île, something like that. OK. Alors, nous mettrons des I'm not sure what she means by style here, avec des vêtements traditionnels, because that's what she means. It's traditionals, and then des vêtements traditionnels, and we know it's about Martinique, so it doesn't need to be repeated. Des plats, etc. J'ai invité Julien Parc, And then here, I would just say un historien. I don't need to actually put qui est. Un historien martiniquais. Why not? To avoid Martinique again. Martiniquais. And here it's an adjective, so we're not going to have a capital letter. Okay. Pour qu'il puisse parler, aux élèves de l'histoire, since it's from Martinique, why not say de l'histoire de son pays, of his country? Okay, and this way, when you do that, the good thing about it is that you stop the repetition of Martinique. Okay, so j'ai invité Julien Parc, un historien martiniquais, so this time I don't have Martinique, but martiniquais, pour qu'il puisse is not necessary, pour qu'il parle, but pour qu'il puisse parler, if you like, I will keep the puisse so that the examiner can see that is a subjunctive. Pour qu'il parle, we don't know that is subjunctive because it's the same as the present. Aux élèves de l'histoire de son pays. Ce sera une expérience incroyable. Réponds-moi vite. Alors here, réponds-moi vite. Don't forget your little hyphen is compulsory. You have to put it there. Okay. You have the little hyphen there. À bientôt, Nadine. That is a very good letter. Even though you see a lot of red, that is not going to have an impact on the grade. Okay. There's enough there, really. She tried some expressions, ce sera super, that is good. She used the future, she used the conditional, the passé composé, the subjunctive. I mean, there's a lot in there. So for me, it's a good letter. Okay, I would like somebody to tell me if you can hear me, because I don't hear anybody, so I don't know if I'm on my own. Are you still here? It looks like we've been cut off. Oh, you can hear me. I was going to switch off. Okay, because I don't see anything in the chat, so I wasn't sure. All right. Okay. So now I would like you to tell me what you think of Kalea's letter, please. Très bien. Yeah. Yes, Louine, très bien. It's a very good letter. So we have very good students. Yes, another très bien. Okay. 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 Brown said, Miss, I thought it was good. The only thing missing were some idioms, but it was amazing overall. Yes, she could have used more idioms. It's true. Yes, it's true. Okay. Sidonie said parfait. Okay. All right. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share a few things with you if you are interested, that is. Because I know you want some idioms. Let me share some I have. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share some slides where I've written a few things for you. And, you know, you can see which one you will use, which one will work for you. Just learn one or two of them and then reuse them in the letter, okay? If, obviously, it works. So let me share the slides. Okay, the ones which is going to be more interesting for you will be the second slide, but I have to start at the right point. Okay, so let me share. So when you start your letter, you could state the reason for writing the letter, okay? So you could say, je t'écris pour te raconter mes vacances or pour vous raconter mes vacances, depending on who you're writing to. If you're writing to a friend, remember it's te, but if you're writing to your teacher, it's vous. So remember that, okay? Donc, je vous écris pour vous raconter, okay? Actually, I didn't put it there, but it should be there as well. Je t'écris or je vous écris. Okay, let me write it down so that you can see it. Je t'écris or je vous écris pour te raconter ou pour vous raconter mes vacances ou pour vous raconter mon séjour à Paris. Okay? All right? Then the second will be the same. Je t'écris or je vous écris pour t'annoncer ou pour vous annoncer une bonne nouvelle. Okay? To tell you a good news. Okay? Some good news. Now, saying how you are, okay? That's where the idiom comes. The idioms come. Saying how you are, you can say, bon, moi je vais bien. That's not really the idiom. The idiom is here. Moi, je me porte à merveille. Je suis en pleine forme. Or, if it's not the case, you might say, aujourd'hui, je ne suis pas dans mon assiette. Today, I'm not in my plate. I'm not in my plate really means I'm under the weather. Okay, so if you want to say that, or if you don't have enough words, it's quite a few words compared with the other expressions. Okay, so I'm sharing that with you. Then you could have these expressions. En ce qui concerne, you may want this, I don't know. En ce qui concerne, as far as whatever is concerned. Okay. Actuellement, you have to remember that actuellement doesn't mean actually, it means at the moment. Okay, very important. And en fait, which is actually, okay, so I'm giving you actually is en fait for the pronunciation. Quant à moi, as for me, you may want to use those. And then to end the letter, you may say, je vais te laisser, I'm going to leave you. J'ai hâte de te voir ou j'ai hâte de te lire. I can't wait to see you or I look forward to reading you. Or en attendant de te lire, in the meantime, okay, je t'embrasse très fort. I kiss you very strongly, but you know that's what the French say. I know you don't do it, but that is a possibility, okay? I'm just going to get a charger for my machine, so for my device. Can you give me a minute, please? Okay. So, any questions? Did you manage to write down all these? Bonjour, Jamfet. Okay, we have here Jamfet France. You need to look at, I mean, he's Jamaican and he lives in France. Okay. So maybe Jamfet, you want to say something in the chat so that they know what you do, so that they could subscribe to your channel, maybe? Okay, so my last thing for you now is some sentences to translate into French before we go, all right? And I'm going to give you the sentences now. Okay, so before I put the sentences, Jamfet is saying, okay, I'm going to put it in the screen so that everybody can see. Salut Jenny, effectivement, je suis sur Paris actuellement. Je suis enseignant à la base, mais je fais découvrir la culture jamaïcaine ici en France. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so we have Jamfet France, who is really promoting the Jamaican culture in France. And there are many, I understand that there are many Jamaicans in France. Isn't that true? Il y a beaucoup de Jamaïcains, n'est-ce pas? If you have any questions for him, you can ask him some questions in French in the chat. Don't be shy. Okay. So remember, I asked him if there were many Jamaicans in France, and he said, oui, de plus en plus, more and more. Okay. Right. So Jamfet, why would we subscribe to your channel? I'm talking from the Jamaican point of view, because obviously the others, those who are la culture jamaïcaine comme reggae. Okay, Jamfet, can you please respond? Okay, Malcolm, don't forget the E of culture, and it's not comme reggae, comme le reggae. Don't forget your articles, okay? Le reggae. Okay, so Jamfet is saying, non, justement, non seulement du reggae, mais également la nourriture, l'histoire, la musique, etc. So not only reggae, but also food, history, music, etc. Okay. Yes, Malcolm, c'est superbe. And he's doing a lot of work. He's doing a lot of work because it's not easy to promote. Okay, you have to do a lot of things. You have to really organize events, and organizing events is not easy, as you know. So it's quite something to do. Merci beaucoup, Jamfet. I'm just going to give them 4 sentences to translate into the chat. I'm going to put 2 here. It was a 2-week holiday. That is the first sentence. And the second one is, we spent most of our time sightseeing. Here I'm putting we, because so far we have used a lot je, but we don't know. Maybe in the letter we will have to say that we've been with other people. And of course, if it's the case, we'll have to use we as opposed to I. So we have to practice the we as well. Okay, I have to stop sharing so that I can see what you're putting in the chat. So it was a 2-week holiday. I would like to see this sentence. I put it in the on the screen. It was a 2-week holiday. So OK, so Malcolm, c'était un vacances du 2 semaines. Nous avons passé plus de temps au tourisme. Malcolm. Okay, Malcolm, just give me the sentence. It was a 2-week holiday. We're going to do one by one. It was a 2-week holiday. Because what you have put is incorrect. And I remind you that holiday in French is plural because the French don't go on holiday for one day, you know. C'était 2 semaines de vacances. OK, Blair. OK, c'était 2 semaines de vacances. OK, I will go with that. C'était 2 semaines de vacances. OK. Any other translation? Malcolm, c'était les vacances. OK. OK, I'm going to correct what Malcolm is putting. I'm going to correct what he's putting. C'était des vacances de 2 semaines. OK? OK, this is the answer. C'était des vacances de 2 semaines. Très bien, Aisha. OK. But if you had to write that, you can't put deux like this. You have to put D-E-U-X. OK? All right. Now, the other sentence, was we spent most of our time sightseeing. So, Malcolm put, nous avons passé plus de temps tourisme. Nous avons passé, OK, plus de temps, more time. And I didn't say more time. I said most of our time. So you need to find something else. Not quite right, Malcolm. And the tourism comes just like that. It's not right. Nous avons la plus du temps tourisme. But that's what you wrote before, Malcolm. That's incorrect. Okay, Aisha, what is your version? Blair, what is your version? Okay, the translation is most of our time sightseeing. Okay, I'm going to write the answer. Okay, I'm seeing something. Nous avons passé la plupart du temps à faire. Oh, Aisha, you're so close. That's the closest. Nous avons passé la plupart de notre temps à faire, mais du voyant doesn't work. I would like you to rewrite the whole thing with the right thing, with the right word for sightseeing, so that I can display it. Can you see it? Sightseeing is really faire du tourisme, okay? Ok, Blair, nous avons passé la plupart de notre temps. Tourisme on its own doesn't work because tourism is not a verb. Okay, so it means that you didn't know the translation of that. Okay, interesting. Okay, so it's passer, I'm going to write it big. Passer du temps à faire quelque chose. Can you see it? Passer du temps à faire quelque chose. Okay, so we would say nous avons passé du temps à regarder la télévision. For example, we spend sometimes watching TV. Okay, so nous avons passé du temps à plus the verb plus the verb in the infinitive form. Okay. So try to remember that. And it's a good expression to use in letters, actually. Okay? That's why it's there. Next one. We toured Paris by night. We toured, let me type it for you. We toured Paris by night. We toured Paris by night. So how would you translate we toured Paris by night? Malcolm, nous avons voyagé le Paris? Le soir? Non. You have the right tense, though. Nous avons, très bien, Aïcha. Nous avons visité Paris 2 nuits. 2 nuits means by night. Learn it by heart, please. Nous avons visité Paris 2 nuits. Très bien. Très bien, Aïcha. And the other thing was admission to museums. Admissions to museums was free for us because of our age. How would you say that? Okay, that's the next sentence. Malcolm, where is the article? It's an expression. By night is de nuit. It's just the way it is. There's no article there. But Paris wouldn't have an article anyway. You don't say le Paris. You say Paris. The article would be for the country. I think you're talking about the country. Paris is not a country. L'admission. Sidonie, très bien, excellent. I have to give you that. L'entrée au musée était gratuite pour nous en raison de notre âge. OK, très bien. Admission is l'entrée, like the entrance. OK, and to is O. OK, donc l'entrée au musée. OK, here, Sidonie, I would have put an X and an X to AU and an S to musée because it was to museums. So I'm talking about severals, but l'entrée au musée était gratuite pour nous en raison de notre âge. Okay, you can't say l'entrée, not du musée, but au musée. Okay, parce que de notre âge, parce que de notre âge doesn't mean anything. Okay, you want because of. All right, let me write it for you. Because of. À cause de. À cause de. En raison de is fine, but I think that most students would know à cause de. All right? So guys, you have to do some work. Okay? Because of, à cause de. Okay? And Aisha, if you look at your sentence, you have la entrée. So you can't have la entrée, you have to have the L apostrophe first. Then you have pour le musée. It's l'entrée au musée. Était, you put plural. Why? And then gratuit doesn't have the feminine. Okay? So basically, you have to think about all this. Okay? Because of. Yeah. Joshua is writing à cause de, car, parce que, because. No. À cause de is because of. Okay? À cause de, because of. Car, parce que, yes, because. But à cause de means is because of. So you can't have parce que de notre âge. That doesn't exist. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you. Okay. I don't know if you enjoyed the session today. It was very difficult because of internet connections. Where I am, the weather was very bad. So I'm assuming that that's the reason why we got cut off several times. Any questions? Joshua is asking, mais pourquoi il y a deux mots pour la même chose? I don't understand the question. À cause de is because of. Parce que is because. Because and because of is two different things. It's not la même chose. Now, why there car? Parce que, well, it's just synonyms, just like in English. It's like in English, you can say in addition, moreover. It means the same thing. Why not? And that's what we call synonyms. Have I answered your question, Joshua? Okay, Sidonie, to answer your questions, it's going to be until you have your exams. Okay, so when you have your exams, we're going to continue. So next week and the week, I mean, when you have your final exam, which would be paper 1. Okay, so because you need serious practice every week. Okay, so. And even if you can't be in the live, at least you can watch it at home and hopefully practice. And that's the reason why I'm here. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Oh, I need to give you the letter. I need to share the letter because last week I didn't share the letter. So apparently I have received the letter already because I had shared that with Malcolm because he was in the program in the live last week. Oui, Sidonie. And if you want to be part of the live, you need to contact me, okay? And my email address is frenchaction1 at gmail.com. Okay, so you just put frenchaction1 at gmail.com and I will get your email address and we can contact each other. And you can send your letter there as well. Okay, so let me go for the letter, even if the letter is not going to appear live, at least you want to have a feedback, I guess. All right. So let me share the instructions for the letter. Okay, I'm going to send the instructions. I'm going to share, not to send. I'm going to share the instructions. Okay, so this is the letter you can write, okay? All right, so you've just returned from Paris where you spent 1 week as you won a prize with other students. You write a letter to your French pen pal to tell him or to tell her about it. Please be sure to include at least one famous place in Paris, saying where you went and what you did. Mention a French drink and food you tried, an incident which took place during your stay, and what you will do to return to Paris. Okay, so number 1, number 2, number 4 are the things which you usually write in your letters. You're accustomed to doing it. However, an incident which took place during your stay, this is one which is a little bit unexpected. So work on that just in case we don't know what they're going to come up with. All right? So this is the letter. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing now. Yes, Malcolm. Yes, you sent yours, but I was already dealing with the live, so I couldn't look at your letter. Okay, I don't want to come out of the studio for that, okay, because I want to make sure that I'm still in the studio. All right. Okay, I'm seeing something else. Zeda. I miss you, Zeda. I know you're always here. Comment ça va? Okay, to answer Aisha's questions, are we doing more letters next week? I hadn't planned to do more letters. Well, in a way, yes, because I'm going to read the letters that others have written. So yes, but I'm not going to spend time on the letters the same way I've done it today, because I've said everything which needs to be said about letters, I think. But you will be able to see some examples of letters, and that will be good. It will help you a lot to give you an idea of what to write. Because sometimes we don't know what to write, you know, even in our mother tongue. So, okay. So, Aisha, what I'm going to do, I'm preparing a video for Thursday or Friday, one of those days, and that will be on letter writing, okay? I had already done a video on letter writing, but in that video, there wasn't a letter, okay? So what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to talk about the body of the letter, so I'm going to really write a letter. I will have to write a letter this time, okay? And I can't take students' letters. That is not, it wouldn't be fair. Okay, so I'm going to do a video. So if you, I hope that you have subscribed so that you know when the videos come out. When you subscribe, you have to ensure that you click on the bell, which is a bell of notification, so that each time I release something, you are aware. YouTube tell you about it, okay? So Malcolm, I will definitely look at your letter, okay? And hopefully it will be read next week. Okay, I said hopefully because I can't put all the letters I received, that is one. And two, it has to be at a particular standard as well. I don't want to show a letter with a lot of mistakes. That wouldn't help the students, okay? So if the letters are, I mean, there will always be mistakes. That is not a problem, but there's mistakes and mistakes. So if the letter can be shown, I will just show it next Sunday. Okay. Any other comments? Any questions? Any concerns? Any worries? Anything you want to talk about? Because another thing as well, we have to think seriously about paper 1. However, in paper 1, the thing which crosses my mind right now is the grammar, because today I've seen where you made a lot of mistakes in grammar, and you know that in paper 1, the first part is the listening, but the second part is the grammar. So you have to improve your grammar. All right. So I'm just a little bit concerned about that. So to tell you the truth, I'm not too sure which way to go next Sunday. I don't think I will do letters again, no, and I will not do situations. As I said to you before, there's last week's situations, this week's situations, and there's the video which came out on Thursday. So I think you have enough situations, okay? I covered, I think, most of the topics from CSEC. So you're okay with the situations. The letters now, you know what is coming up is a trip. So write letters on trips. So that is not the problem. Now, I'm thinking about the grammar. You need to improve your grammar. That's my thing. Aisha, when you say d'accord, d'accord in relation to what? I'm not sure. If it was d'accord in relation to the answer to your question, was it? Okay, Aisha, merci. Merci. Okay, so if you have no more questions, no comment, nothing else to say, then I'm going to leave you and try to really work on your grammar again, all right? And for those who missed the situations today, just rewind and then do the situations, okay? Au revoir, Malcolm. Merci. OK, au revoir, Jim Brown. OK, bonne soirée à toi aussi. OK. OK, Malcolm. OK. OK, so au revoir tout le monde. I'm going to disconnect now. OK. And hopefully see you on Sunday. À dimanche.